online tonight. Uh, how can I say how was your day? It is the hump day, girls. It is the hump day to Thursday, Thursday. What are you single girls doing tonight? Have you been scoping out the Ted Fakwa? A nice little man, a manatee, or a nice little whatever your flavor is, girls. And what is flavor? Whatever the flavor is to you. How should we define who we should like and who should we be attracted to? I think after 20, 30 years old, we get into the habit of having more than a sexual attraction. But darling, how the butt pussas crave the taste of it. For me, it's been 8 years. Not because, girl, when we focus on our professionalism, we tend to get lost in what sometimes we really need. Someone to love at the junction of our lives. Henceforth, so forth, with every decade of life comes new needs. But what can I say? At this junction, a self-actualization of the young years of life, I am now cutting that corner, turning that corner of a newness. Imagine being 43 years old and feeling like 20 years old. Young, fresh college student starting all over again. Minus the immaturity, the much more experience, wiser and eager to get into a new career, fascinating new love, and so forth. What can I say today? Wrote it on my Facebook about power. What is your personal power? How does that manifest in your life and your relationships? I have come to know that this existential junction in my life, that true power lies within the confidence of our experiences, the vastness of our knowledge, and the wisdom we gain from the experience of exercising that knowledge. And in so forth, at this junction in your life, your personal power is never eroded in a place where you do not deem productive, or a place you no longer fit in, and a place from transition. We must realize the burden that power brings to one soul and spirit. You must realize that power, once seen, that security and that confidence of character and that pinnacle of beginning again, there is a need for it to be eroded. For henceforth north, not that you portray being more or better than anybody else. You have come to a point where your confidence speaks on itself. The elements of your character, blemished or not, stands on their own words and in your own predicament, and so forth. Therefore, it is not trampled on. It is constantly verbalized. Seems obstinate to people around you, whether they're from old friends or old co-workers or whatever. But the newness and just the revitalization of the soul and the spirit, willing to conquer, newness of character, newness of professionalism, newness of love, it is a definite threat. A threat not so expressed verbally, but in action, a wanting of the people you're surrounded around you, to be just like you used to be. Know that in knowledge and in growth, you are never just like you used to be, but you advocate, you You proliferate. You grow in the strength of what made you and placed you in that surrounding. And in that place of growth, you know that your choices are the choices that you must make in order to advance to another level. And so forth, if that means quitting and leaving everything behind, so forth, you must conquer. For every tree does not stay in the same area and adapt to new surroundings. New surroundings come with seed being far flung across the universe, and even adapting as new species and new fruits after maybe hundreds of years is so fast. But here comes the vastness of what real and true freedom is. That element of confidence that expresses itself and lends itself to the cradling the comforts of your humanity and your character, as well as others. We did speak about last night being empty and filled, and being completed and empty. And in that completeness, that emptiness, not that the choice remains, not that you cannot entertain people who are not like you. You will not. You refuse to tumble in the oldness, in the negativity, or in the sheer hesitation of what you could achieve and what they could achieve, knowing that the standard of others, it's pure procedural, and that's where some of us are comfortable. And where am I? Completeness. Completeness in starting over without the burden of obstacles that I have traipsed with all these years. And do I deem these burdens as negative? No, I do not. The point is, after all these years of working so hard and pouring all one's energy into something that you wanted to work, that you saw and thought work, that thought absorbed some of the compassion, some of the humanity, and some of just the variance of who you are, to find out in your transition that it was just like a sponge. It just absorbed, nothing to give back. Then you realize what you must give and realize where you must go. And that's where I am. Misa, Grand Duchess, Rasmus Coden. Here we are again. True elements of change manifest itself in the confidence of your character, untrodden. And so pain doesn't linger as sadness. Pain doesn't manifest itself as sadness. Instead, we verbalize it to trample and erode its connotations and its hesitations of uncompleted goals. This is Meads, Grand Duchess, Rasmus Conan. Have a good evening. Good night. Flowers and feathers, girls, fluffs and tufts. Anyway, I'm looking for a boyfriend between the ages of 20 and 60. Could be rich. Must be top girls. I am a girl. Okay? Anyway, let's talk about that on Thursday. Have a good evening. This is me, the Grand Duchess, Rasmus Conan. Good night.